Hey everyone, welcome to the first episode of Orange's Takes and Reactions, if I should call it that, I'm not sure. And sorry for the rainbow mess in the background. It was the last mode I left it on before losing the remote. But anyways, here's my take on the Avengers Doomsday casting. Some people had a lot to say about this, and also they had mixed feelings about some characters or groups that weren't added into it, but I do agree with the comments. They're overreacting. There's still time for them to cast more, but they probably won't, because why would they? They're just giving us a little taste to bring our hopes and expectation up to think who else might join in. But I'll also talk about that, like who should or shouldn't be in there, things like that. Casting that they did show, I didn't watch the live stream of it. I just watched people's reaction afterward. Pretty hilarious what they showed, just a bunch of chairs and names, and then the way that people just reacted to it. But the casting that they did show was great. It's all the heavy hitters, the people that's been there in the long run, which I'm not sure if I'm correct. I did remember watching one person saying that the new Falcon was in there, which to me doesn't make any sense. He should be like a defense character. I'll get more into that on why I think that, and for like other characters as well too. Like, I'm really excited that Loki's coming back. I can't wait to see a Thor and Loki team up. That would be pretty cool. Before I get more into this, I am just a regular guy that has caught up with every movie and show so far. The current ones, I'm waiting for it to come out on Disney. But yeah, so far I've caught up on everything. I'm just going to give my thoughts and opinion. And also, if you guys could tell me, for Doomsday, does it affect like other worlds or multiverses, things like that? Because if not, if it's only in one universe and one world, the first group that I'm going to start with is the Guardians of the Galaxy. It wouldn't really make sense for them to be there because they're in space. The new group is mostly inexperienced. They do have Rocket and Groot, and maybe Adam. He can tank a lot of things, but he just rushes in. Probably why his mom got killed, but mostly she did follow him around to all these dangerous stuffs. But you get my point. So even though he is strong, would be able to tank stuffs, he's not like his video game version where he can just go around the corner. Which they actually both need to learn from each other, the moves they do. I feel like Doom would just have something prepared for Adam. Adam just rushes in first, doesn't really think. The next group I want to talk about here is the Eternals. So from what I remember, at the end of their movie, didn't two of them die? No, three of them, right? By the end of the movie, three of them died. Three of them left, and then the others that stayed on Earth got captured by one of the Celestials, right? They would be off doing their own thing. Like I said, if it's not universal or multiversal Doom's effects, I think they wouldn't be the part of it, right? So that's why the Eternals would be out. The next thing I want to talk about is the Hulks. So from what I remember last, a lot of people were saying that Hulk had their own planets, right? Or Hulk's son came from another planet, so they would be there. So that makes sense. And they would have a Hulk, which is the Red Hulk, right? I didn't watch the movie yet. Nobody spoiled it for me, so I'm not sure what happened at the end. If he turned back to normal for now, they trapped him, something like that. But I feel like that's the Hulk that would be there. Next group I want to talk about is the Young Avengers. Again, they're the Young Avengers, so like they're inexperienced. We did get introduced to them. They did have their moments, but I feel like they wouldn't be good enough to go up against someone like Doom. If they do show them, it should probably be like a lesser goon or henchman that's not much of a threat to them. Like, they do fumble it a little bit. At the end, they would just show up again, taking care of like goons or henchmen. Or for the most part, they should just be in the background. Yeah, like we would see them. They have like one-liners, and that's about it. They should be saved for another movie like Kang the Conqueror, which I'm waiting for that, because I really enjoyed playing Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. And that version of Kang was just perfect. The way he brought the multiverse together, but at the same time keeping them separate. And the only thing that was mostly standing in his way was the goddamn birds that were always whacking into his windshield. I always thought that was funny.
A fanciful suggestion, my little morning star, that I, Kang the Conqueror, should perhaps be Kang the Merciful. Get these windows cleaned. A conqueror should be able to see who he is conquering.
Of course, your Kangnificence. I'll call maintenance.
Like, those birds are just absolute menaces to Kang the Conqueror. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. Yeah, the Young Avengers just wouldn't really add to it. And I feel like that's a lot already, what they have. They have the X-Men, the Avengers, the Fantastic Four is going to be in there, along with the Thunderbolts. So I feel like that's a lot of characters. This does not feel like a Infinity War or Endgame scenario to me. It didn't give off like Thanos vibes. I feel like Doom shouldn't even show up in the movie. He should show up at the end, kind of like how Thanos did in the Avengers movie. Or how Doom already showed up at the end of the live stream. I feel like it should be something like that. It should be a build up to Doom's big moment. Like, we shouldn't be giving Doom an overall L on his first day. Like, it should just be a small little battle, yeah, that he was behind the scenes of it, and then it just show up later down the line. Because we can't have him being out here like Dr. Eggman and Bowser. Especially Bowser, yeah, which Namor's probably about to be once he sees Sue Storm. Okay, now I want to talk about the one or solo characters or even dual characters, like characters that's been together in some of the movies. First one being Wanda. A lot of people were saying, how come Wanda wasn't in there? Last time we checked, didn't she die? But again, if it is multiversal, her multiverse that she connected with, maybe she transferred to that one. Not sure. I don't know what it is. I'm just guessing here. Next one is Doctor Strange. At the end of his movie, if you remember, after he used the dark hold and stuff like that, he was being affected by it, and then whoever that lady was at the end came and took him because he needed to go deal with whatever threat. I'm not really sure what was going on at the end there, but yeah, didn't that happen to Doctor Strange? Next up is Spider-Man. I feel like Spider-Man, so this is where I'm also going to talk about characters that should be defense and characters that should be offense. So for Spider-Man, I feel like he would be staying in New York, protecting the city, because Iron Man's gone, Captain America's gone. A lot of the original Avengers are gone, so the only ones left would be Spider-Man and Wong. I feel like Wong would either be at the Sanctuary, like that's a safe place for people to go, or maybe he's at the place where they all train before they split off to sanctuaries. I feel like it'd be that type of thing. So there's defending characters and characters that can attack. So like there's for defending characters, they have something to protect, like city, home, state, whatever, or family. So that's why the Hawkeyes, for them, I feel like Hawkeye would be with his family, trying to protect them, and maybe he gets with a group, like, yeah, he's just with his family in a group somewhere. And I feel like, yeah, they should just show them for like one-liners, and then they're off protecting people, like things like that, while the main groups are dealing with Doom. Like they're actually going to him to stop the main threats. Peter Quill, so he is on Earth. Remember when we last saw him, he went back to Earth to see his grandfather. So I feel like he'd be a defending character as well. He would just be with his grandfather, either protecting him, or he'd be like, yeah, with a group protecting them, something like that. So maybe they should have like a wider shot of like each place that is being under attack by Doom's goons or whatever, and they should just show, yeah, like in that wide shot in the distance, like Spider-Man's helping save people in New York, Peter Quill is somewhere saving people as well, things like that. It should be stuff like that. So the X-Men, Fantastic Four, some of the original Avengers, and the Thunderbolts should be the ones going and actually attacking Doom, while the rest are just, yeah, around protecting everyone, and they will get their chance to shine again in their own movies. That's the type of person I am. I'm interested in the story and a continuing story. Unlike some other things, like I just really wish DC would do better with Flash, because I really want to see Reverse Flash, Zoom, and Jay Garrick. That's the three that I want to see, especially Young Justice. I want them to get to that point as well too, because C-Dub, they might not be consistent on how people's powers work, but they are consistent with stories, so Warner Brother needs to step it up on that. And I already went over Red Hulk. Red Hulk should be the Hulk that is there helping the team out. And a lot of people are also asking about Deadpool and Wolverine. And like I said, if it's not multiversal or whole universe threat, then it shouldn't really affect Wolverine and Deadpool because they're in another universe. Though Deadpool's powers does kind of work where he does know and see about some or most things, at least. Sometimes he doesn't know about something, so I don't know. But and they do have the resources to hop universes, so there's a potential they could still show up. And now the final thing is Moon Knight. So a lot of people were asking about Moon Knight, if he's going to show up, and I am kind of curious about that because he had his thing, he went through his problems. I don't remember there being anything else he had to deal with really, so I wonder, yeah, if he's going to show up, if he's going to be there. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on all this. I'd like to know what you guys think, so you leave it in the comments down below. And yeah, let me know about the whole Doomsday thing. Does it affect multiple universes, just one, and if it's only on Earth or if it affects the whole universe. But yeah, that's just my take. Thanks for watching.